Susie and the Great Winter Tournament. Winter came to Coralia like no one had ever seen before. The sea felt cooler, the currents moved more slowly, and above the underwater stadium, silvery icy bubbles began to glow. That could only mean one thing. The Great Winter Tournament had begun. Everyone was talking about mermaid hockey. The Coralia team was preparing for the most important match of the year. Jack, the white-haired merman hockey player, nervously twirled his stick. "This will be a tough game," he said. "The Northern Waves team is very strong." Susie sat beside him on the bench, squeezing her hands together. "I want to help," she said quietly, "but I don't even play." Jack smiled and winked. "Every team needs a mascot," he said. "Someone who brings good luck." And just like that, Susie got an idea. The next day, Susie appeared at the stadium wearing a polar sea bear costume. It was fluffy, round, and a little too big. When Susie waved her paws, they splashed into the water in the funniest way. "Who is that?" the audience gasped. "That's our mascot," the team cheered. Susie jumped, waved, made heart shapes with her fins, and even invented a good luck dance. The team laughed and played more bravely. But in the second period, something terrible happened. The lights above the stadium began to flicker, the ice under the water grew slippery, and the puck, a shiny disc made of sea glass, got stuck near the boards. The players froze. The crowd fell silent. Susie noticed one lantern about to go out. If it did, the whole stadium would fall into darkness. Without thinking for even a second, she pulled off one bare paw and dove in. Susie quickly tied a spare shell lantern, one that Bob the octopus had left just in case. The stadium lit up again. "She saved the match!" the commentator shouted. The game continued. Coralia scored the winning goal. Jack raised his hockey stick high, and the crowd exploded with joy. Susie stood to the side, still in her polar bear costume, clapping her big fluffy paws. "You're our lucky charm," Jack said after the game. "We couldn't have done it without you." Susie smiled. "I learned something important today," she said. "You don't have to be on the ice to be part of the team." That night, Coralia celebrated until sunrise, and the white sea polar bear became a symbol of support, friendship, and teamwork. Everyone knew one thing for sure. When Susie is nearby, the team will never give up. The end.